सेव किया था ना?
मैं सिर्फ इसलिए गया था क्योंकि उसने मुझे कॉल किया, that's it. But listen तो.
Save it for someone else.
जिंदगी में सेव करना जरूरी है, मगर जब बात पैसों की हो, सिर्फ सेविंग से काम नहीं चलेगा। इक्विटी म्यूचुअल फंड्स में इन्वेस्ट कीजिए और अपने सेविंग्स को आगे बढ़ने का मौका दीजिए।
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.
I was in Telangana for a few days to get a sense of what's happening in the assembly election there. In this episode of Politically Correct, I'm going to share with you what I saw there, but it won't be about the likely winner or loser in Telangana. I'm going to talk about Telangana election largely in the context of Muslim voters and how their voting preferences could have implications for national politics in the run-up to 2024 Lok Sabha election. Some of you may think, what's the point of wasting time on this guy if he can't say who will win or lose? Well, I never do and I never will, because I did it a few times in my younger days and I can still feel the mud on my face. Let me give you one instance just in brief. During the 2004 Lok Sabha election, I went to Jalore in Rajasthan. The Congress candidate was Bhutta Singh, and against him the BJP had fielded Sushila Lakshman Bangaru. You remember Bangaru Lakshman? He was the BJP president who was caught on camera accepting a bribe in Tehelka sting operation in 2001. An embarrassed BJP had forced him to quit. He happened to be from Telangana. And after a long time, you heard the Prime Minister talking about Bangaru Lakshman in Telangana a few days back. And usually BJP leaders don't talk about him anymore because he was convicted in that corruption case. Anyway, 3 years after that embarrassing episode in 2001, the BJP fielded his wife in the Lok Sabha election from Jalore in Rajasthan. When I went to Jalore to cover the election, nobody seemed to know anything about the BJP candidate. And there was Bhutta Singh, a big leader who had won many elections from that constituency in the past. As the people did not seem to have any clue about Sushila Lakshman, the BJP candidate, I left Jalore the same day, convinced that it was smooth sailing for Bhutta Singh. When the results came, well, as I said, I had eggs on my face as Sushila Bangaru Lakshman won. Anyway, that was one of several mistakes I have made as a political reporter. That should explain my refusal to talk about likely winners or losers in elections. I usually prefer to talk about larger trends. Let me now return to the central subject of this politically correct episode, that is the Muslim voters and how their voting preferences may impact national politics in the run-up to the Lok Sabha election. In this context, I must tell you about an interesting wedding invitation card the Congress made and uploaded on the social media with hashtag BRS-BJP. It mentioned the date of marriage as the 30th of November when Telangana goes to polls, and the venue, as the Congress said, is K. Chandrasekhar Rao's farmhouse. As for dowry, the invitation card said, K. Kavita, KCR's daughter, will not be arrested in the Delhi liquor scam. There would be seven feras, and the invitation card cited a few of them: demonetization, Kaleshwaram irrigation project, no CBI inquiry into paper leaks, and Bandi Sanjay Kumar's replacement with G. Kishan Reddy as the state BJP president, among other things. This wedding invitation card was only the latest, showing a bit of humor though, for a change. In a heated campaign, Telangana has been witnessing this election season. The Congress accuses the BRS of being hand in glove with the BJP, and it accuses the BRS and Gandhi-Owaisi's AIMIM of being the BJP's BNC teams. In an interview with me, Kavita returned a compliment, asking why Rahul Gandhi has not been arrested in the National Herald case, because the Congress was asking, why Kavita has not been arrested in the liquor case. So then Kavita is saying, why has Rahul Gandhi not been arrested in that case, in the other case, National Herald case? There is a reason why the Congress is attempting to make the BRS guilty by association with the BJP. It's the Muslim vote bank. Muslims constitute about 13% of the population in Telangana, and they are said to swing results in about 40 out of 119 assembly constituencies. What's interesting is the way the Congress is aggressively wooing Muslims in Telangana. It's taking the AIMIM head on. Rahul Gandhi has accused Owaisi's party of taking money from the BJP to field candidates in states. While there is nothing new about Congress leaders painting the AIMIM as the BJP's B team, it's arguably the first time that a Gandhi has made a frontal attack on Owaisi's party. There was a time when the Gandhis had a great rapport with the Hyderabad MP. In fact, when the Congress was weighing its options, or weighing the option of bifurcating Andhra Pradesh, Owaisi had told Sonia Gandhi in as many words that it was a bad idea, although he would gain, because after the bifurcation, BJP would gain in Telangana, and so it would help AIMIM. So that was Owaisi telling Sonia Gandhi, and he told me then that he clearly told Sonia Gandhi it was good for him but bad for her party. After the AIMIM withdrew support from the UPA in 2011 or 12, the Congress kept trying to bring him back. In the run-up to 2014 Lok Sabha election, Sonia Gandhi in fact sent Digvijay Singh to Hyderabad to meet Owaisi. And to keep this meeting a secret, Owaisi came on a bullet motorcycle and entered Digvijay Singh's hotel with the helmet on. It's another matter that Digvijay Singh then kept him waiting for a couple of hours, which further convinced Owaisi about his decision not to go with the Congress. As Owaisi's party started contesting elections in other states, eating into the Congress's traditional Muslim votes, the two parties drifted away further with bitterness creeping in. But the Gandhis never directly attacked him until Rahul went after him in Telangana early this month. Rahul Gandhi's attack on the AIMIM came as a strong indication of the Congress changing its strategy vis-a-vis the Muslims. In fact, last week, Telangana Congress released what it called minority declaration, promising a host of SOPs and incentives for the minorities. Let me take you back to 2014, after the Congress was defeated in the Lok Sabha election. A.K. Antony had submitted a report to the party in which it said that the defeat was because of this public perception about the Congress doing minority appeasement. Subsequent months and years saw the Congress and its leaders, especially the Gandhis, going for an image makeover to assert a more pro-Hindu identity. They also looked diffident when it came to raising issues concerning Muslims. Karnataka Assembly election, in which Muslims abandoned the JDS to vote for the Congress, seemed to have led the Congress to recalibrate its minority strategy. That is getting reflected in the party's aggression in Telangana now. There are reasons for the Congress to feel optimistic about its approach. Let me share with you my experience when I visited Hyderabad a few days back. As I was, trying to negotiate my way through the bustling market outside Charminar in Hyderabad, you must have seen it. A recorded voice kept playing, "Muhabbat ki meethi sharbat 20 rupees mein." I was curious, so were others, and we got drawn to that stall. So the sharbat, or that Muhabbat ka sharbat, was being offered for 20 rupees. It was a blend of mashed watermelon and milk with ice. Anup Gopal Patil, the seller, wouldn't call it Muhabbat ki dukaan, a catchphrase Rahul Gandhi coined during his Bharat Jodo Yatra. Patil said he had nothing to do with politics. If Gandhi's slogan helped bring curious customers to him, why not? A few meters away, there was Sheikh Azaz, who was selling embroidery saris. He said, Owaisi had taken Allah ki qasam about having nothing to do with the BJP. He was a big AIMIM fan. According to him, the MIM is the best, and the KCR also does not discriminate on the basis of religion. But the Congress will be the best at the center. That was Sheikh Aziz telling me. My interactions with Muslims in Hyderabad suggested that, Owaisi remains the undisputed sultan there. Beyond Hyderabad, though, winds of change are palpable. So I traveled to Karimnagar, about 150-160 kilometers north of Hyderabad, There I met Muhammad Shafiuddin, Imam of Islami Masjid, that is in Karimnagar. He was very vocal in his support for the Congress. And as he told me, Owaisi is making a fool of Muslims. He is dividing them to support the BJP. No congressman has met me, but Rahul Gandhi has dil se dil milane ka kaam kiya hai, as he said. Divided Muslim votes is the reason for the BJP to coming to power at the center, as he said. Our interactions during pit stops on that long stretch suggested growing interest and support for the Congress among Muslims, even though a section of them preferred the BRS in the assembly election. The AIM, MIM and the BRS, though never in a formal alliance, are the closest allies for all practical purposes. KCR virtually stays away from Owaisi's turf, Hyderabad, while Owaisi supports the ruling party elsewhere, for instance in Karimnagar. I mean, Owaisi would not be fielding candidates, but then he has been vocal in support of the BRS. Owaisi has fielded 9 candidates in Telangana in this election, 7 of them in Hyderabad. And one of the candidates is in Jubilee Hills, from where Muhammad Azharuddin is contesting on Congress ticket. He is contesting against the sitting BRS candidate. Owaisi has fielded his party's candidate in Jubilee Hills, as we are told, to support the BRS. I mean, as the public perception goes. Telangana Assembly election results, especially in terms of how the Muslims vote for the Congress, will have a strong bearing on India, the 28-party opposition coalition. It's showing cracks shortly after its birth. Many India constituents, including the Samajwadi Party, the JDU, the Aam Aadmi Party, have entered the electoral fray in Madhya Pradesh. They may look inconsequential, but can hurt the Congress. In 2018, for instance, SP candidates won more votes than the victory margin in 11 assembly constituencies. The BJP won 8 out of these 11 in Madhya Pradesh. This time, the SP was in negotiation with the Congress, but the latter was not willing to part with seats that Akhilesh Yadav wanted. After the negotiations broke down and Akhilesh publicly criticized the Congress, Kamalnath was asked about it and he said, "Chodo Akhilesh Wakhilesh." Such dismissive approach on the part of the Congress has riled many India constituents, putting a question mark on the future of the opposition alliance. Regional parties are obviously out in the electoral fray to flex their muscle and prove their damage potential to the Congress. While the Congress's performance in these assembly elections would have a bearing on its dominant position in India and how regional parties treat it, these parties must be watching the Telangana developments more keenly to see if the Muslims are consolidating behind the Congress. I'm talking about the Muslims in Telangana and not in other states because, Telangana has a different scenario. Unlike in, say, Madhya Pradesh or Rajasthan or Chhattisgarh, where the BRS is pitted directly against the Congress, in Telangana you have other parties which get support from the Muslims. Say, in Telangana, for instance, you have the BRS, you have Owaisi, that Owaisi factor. Then you have the BRS, which gets the support of the Muslims, not just because Owaisi supports the party indirectly, but also because the BRS has this image of being non-discriminatory. That's why I'm talking about Telangana Muslims. The bitter truth for the Congress is that the parties like the SP, the AAP, the JDU, the RJD, Trinamool Congress, they indulge the grand old party for its loyal Muslim votes or whatever is left of them. There was a time when the Congress used to get the lion's share of these votes, but the situation has changed over the past 3 decades. In many states, regional parties have become the preferred choice for the Muslims. Post-poll survey of 2019 Lok Sabha election showed that while Muslims voted overwhelmingly for the Congress in states with bipolar politics, they voted for the regional parties wherever they were stronger. For instance, 73% of the Muslims voted for the SP-BSP alliance in UP. 40% of the Muslims had voted for the Trinamool Congress in West Bengal in 2014 Lok Sabha election, which went up to 70% in 2019. 60% of the Muslims had voted for the Congress in Telangana in 2014, which came down to 42% in 2019. The TRS, now the BRS, was the preferred choice of 43% Muslims in 2019, as the CSDS Lokniti post-poll survey showed. As the Congress's hold on Muslim votes seemed to slacken in multi-corner contests in several states, so did its influence in the opposition camp. Karnataka Assembly elections last year showed the Congress bouncing back as Muslims abandoned the JDS to avoid a split in their votes that benefited the BJP. If Telangana Assembly elections show a similar trend, it would force regional parties in India camp to swallow their pride. No, just a moment. It will force regional parties in India camp to swallow their pride and accept the Congress's big brotherly status in the 2024 Lok Sabha election. If is a key word here, of course. That's all from me in this episode of Politically Correct. Thanks for watching.